Welcome to 50 Lessons. This podcast explores Capoeira as a practice that shapes how we live and teach. My name is Alex Maltsov. In this season, I'm reading and recording chapters from my book 50 Lessons on Capoeira, Teaching and Life. Before we begin, if you find this podcast valuable, please consider leaving a rating on Spotify or wherever you listen. It really helps this podcast reach new listeners. Let's begin. Chapter 10. The most important habit. At first, I wanted to write a chapter about each habit from my morning ritual, but the book would have slipped too far into practical tips and small details. But if I had to keep only one chapter about the single most important habit everyone should have, it would be this one: self-reflection. The best form of reflection is journaling. Writing is thinking on paper, said American writer and professor William Zissner. Anyone who thinks clearly should be able to write clearly about any subject at all. All my life I had heard that I should keep a journal, that it's useful and that all great people kept one, from Emperor Marcus Aurelius and Leo Tolstoy to Salvador Dali and Anne Frank. Great people across history have kept journals. I had many attempts to start journaling, writing down how my day went and so on, but each attempt quickly faded because I didn't understand why or how I was supposed to do it. Until at 27, I met my teacher and mentor, Mestre Cueca. He told me, the morning writing is just one way to tune your radio. I asked him to explain, and here is what he said. We are all like antennas, and all around us there are thousands of vibrations and thoughts that enter our minds. When you are driving your car, all the radio stations and their waves are hitting your car and your antenna outside. But it's the station you put on the radio that blocks off the rest of them and lets one come in. Same thing with your mind. All around you, there are vibrations of success and failure, health and sickness, positive and negative. We need to learn how to tune our radio station, to choose music in our lives. If you don't do it, somebody else is doing it for you. Somebody else is tuning your radio for you. So it's either you or somebody else. Since then, I've been journaling every day. For me, it's a form of active meditation. I do it for clarity, for self-improvement, and to straighten my creativity. I journal the old school way, writing by hand, just me, a pen, and some paper. No devices, no distractions. There are many techniques you can try. Here are a few that I use. Free writing. Free writing is a technique in which the author writes their thoughts quickly and continuously without worrying about form, style, or even grammar. Alongside brainstorming, free writing is typically used early in the writing process to collect and manifest one's thoughts. This was how I started journaling after many failed attempts in the past. In her book, The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron calls it morning pages. The idea is to write 3 pages of longhand stream of consciousness writing done first thing in the morning. Do not overthink it. Just put 3 pages of anything on the page, every day. At times it will be hard. At times you might feel silly. But the difficulty is the point. Challenging yourself and doing hard things is the only way to grow and learn. Tuning your radio. If the free writing is more of an unlimited mind flow on paper, the next one is a more structured, affirmation-like approach. The idea is to set your radio for the day and write how you see yourself 5 years from now in these 5 aspects of life: health, relationship, financials, career, gratefulness. Health: physical, emotional, and spiritual health. Your vision of your health in the future. Maybe there are some issues you want to fix or improve. Relationships with spouses, kids, parents, with the closest circle in your life. How would you imagine your relationships in 5 years? Financials. How will your finances look in 5 years? Do you have a house? Are you saving? It doesn't need to be connected to reality. You might be living in a hole right now, and that's exactly why you are starting this today. Career. It has more to do with your professional path and achievements in other parts of your life. What do you want to do specifically in your career? Gratefulness. What are you thankful for? Write one page and try to do it every day for 30 days. It can be the same thing over and over. It's like mentorship session when a master asks a disciple over and over, "Who are you?" First, the disciple replies with something from his LinkedIn resume. "I'm a manager, an engineer, a capoeirista." The second time, the answer is more personal. "I'm a human being, a husband, a father." Each time the answer becomes clearer, closer to the core. With this approach to journaling, you can make sure you have a clear vision of where you want to be and how you want to be in 5 years. Of course, with time, your priorities might shift and your daily pages will change. You don't need a fancy system to start journaling, just a notebook, a pen, and a little time each day. Write freely, reflect on your goals, and use your journal as a mirror to see who you are and who you are becoming. Like Capoeira, journaling is not about perfection. It's about showing up day after day and letting the process shape you. Every page you fill is a step toward the life you are creating. Thank you for listening. If this episode resonated with you, I'd really appreciate it if you left a rating on Spotify or your podcast platform of choice. You are also welcome to leave a comment under the episode. I read and reply to all of them. Or feel free to write to me directly. You will find all contact details in the show notes. New episodes are published regularly as I continue recording the book and reflecting on its chapters. See you in the next episode.